It was in 2015, about 8 years ago, and I was in Palm Springs in California with my son Milo, who was 5 years old at the time. And back then I was living in the US, I was living in Philadelphia in the East Coast, and my son had just moved to California, to Los Angeles with his mom, because we separated. So it was a hard moment, very, very difficult moment in my life and his life, for both of us, because Milo is in the autistic spectrum. So for him, routines are very important, to know what to expect, the place where he lives. It's very important for his stability. And he also struggles with socialization. So for him, it was a struggle because he was in a new city, Los Angeles, with new friends, with new school, with new everything. And for me, it was a struggle because I was still living in Philadelphia, and I would go every month. I would travel to LA to spend some time with him, sometimes 1 week, sometimes less. But it was hard. It was really hard, and we were both struggling, each in our own way. And that time I picked him up in LA at his home, and I took him to Palm Springs because I thought it was a nice place. It's a nice city nearby the mountains and the desert, and I thought of spending a few days with Milo there. And we went for dinner at a restaurant. The restaurant was full, and we asked for food, and it was really a struggle because Milo was not okay. So he threw away all the food from the table onto the floor. You know, at some point he went under the table and he curled in a ball and he wouldn't speak. And at some point he just started running, screaming through the restaurant. So it was really hard. It was really hard. I was doing my best, and I'm sure he was too, but we were both, in a struggling. And, we were in the middle of all this, and the waiter, a girl, comes next to me and says, "Sir, I just want to tell you to enjoy the dinner with your son, because it has been paid for." And I thought, well, what do you mean? I turned to her and said, "What do you mean, paid for?" I said, Sir, someone in the room wants to pay for your dinner and your son and wish you a nice dinner and wish you a nice stay here in Palm Springs." And I thought, but I don't know anyone in Palm Springs. This is my first time here. We just arrived. Who did this in this restaurant? And the waiter said, "Well, I'm sorry, the person that did it wants to remain anonymous. So, but sir, just take this opportunity and enjoy the dinner with your son." And I remember that I was at shock. I felt like there was a beam of light on me, and I looked around at the restaurant, and the restaurant was full, lots of tables with people concentrated in their own conversations with their own friends, and with a lot of noise. And yet someone in that restaurant saw through the conversations in their table, saw through the noise in the restaurant, and saw a father struggling with his son somewhere, and sent a message, sent a beam of light, a touch of kindness. And I thought, the awareness, the heart, the kindness, the spontaneity that someone has to have to be able to do that, to see beyond the noise of our daily lives or the restaurant or the group of friends, and recognize the situation and send a message of kindness. It touched me really, really very deeply. Really very deeply, and I carry that experience with me till today. I changed my stay in Palm Springs in that summer I just thought for myself, I want to be that person. I want to be like that person. I want to evolve and become someone that can have the awareness to do something like that. And I tried. And I did it a couple of times, paid forward, and I hope I have been able to touch people's lives like that person in Palm Springs touched mine in that summer.